Hi,
Oh my God,
ladies.
some of our favorite people. I just saw
Yay.
Andy and Carrie, or I guess it's been like a couple hours now, a couple
I
hours
know
ago.
it's been too long.
You're so silly. Okay, I'm adding in Allison. We can go ahead and get started because Alex and I have a couple things that we want to share before Tamir. He's going to hop on it too. So, okay, we are recording. Sorry, always got to go through this checklist of things in my mind because I'm like, I cannot forget. And y'all know me, I make mistakes.
You can give me some. I feel like you're pretty dialed in, Stevie.
I'm trying my best.
You're doing pretty darn good. I'm pretty proud of you.
There was one call that I didn't recall or record, like one or two, and I was like so upset that it didn't record. So I always got to remember that now. But we're good. So, y'all, I cannot believe this call today that we're about to do with Tamir. Can we just acknowledge that? Like, Alex and I were just talking one day, and we had this idea to do like just talk about real, our experience. Let's record it, let's send it to people. And then Alex was like, what if we have Tamir on? And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm too scared to ask. And Alex was like, I'll ask. Let me get on my, let's just send him an Instagram DM right now. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And y'all, he responded back in like a couple minutes. So, whether or not you're already at Real or you're just curious and wanted to listen in, Alex and I are so excited about this conversation today because our hope with this call is really simple. We want you to hear directly from leadership, ask questions, and leave feeling informed and encouraged about where Real is headed. So we're going to spend about 20-ish minutes chatting together first, and then we'll bring on Tamir and we'll chat about 30 minutes with him too. And we'll save time at the end for questions. If you think of things as we're talking, feel free to comment them in the chat and we will get to them all at the end. And if there's any little tidbit or value or anything you want to share with the other agents on the call, please feel free to use the chat. So with that said, let's let Alex kick us off with a quick intro.
Hi, ladies. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that we're here today. And I'm so grateful that you guys all hopped on, and I just can't wait to hear from Tamir and his heart. For those that don't know me, I'm Alex, and I've been with Real since June of 2025. I'm based in Bend, Oregon, which is right smack dab in the middle of Oregon. I live here with my husband and our almost 3-year-old daughter. Oh my gosh, so crazy. I have found that I just have this fire and love for pouring into agents and this community. And I love that we get to do it in person, but then also like this virtually. So that's been such a joy and such a fun surprise. One of the things that I love most about Reel is that it provides this platform for all of us to collaborate and encourages us to collaborate on this deeper level because we have this invested interest in the business as a whole. And it just gives us this freedom to really pour into one another and invest in all of the agents around us. So it's just been really incredible to meet agents from all across the United States and host, our Bible study and encourage one another and learn from one another and cultivate these very meaningful relationships. And it's just been so fulfilling to be surrounded by other like-minded women and supportive agents that really want to grow intentionally in their businesses.
Yay. And I'm so grateful to be partnered with you. And okay, so most of y'all already know who I am, but for replay purposes, I'm just going to dive into this really quickly. So I've been at Real for about 3.5 years. I'm located in Northeast Florida, like Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra Beach area, and my business structure is kind of unique, a lot different than most. My partner, Carrie Carpenter, what she's on here, ah, my business bestie. So she handles my showings, listings. She works with all my friends, my family. So when a buyer or seller reaches out to me and they're, needing to buy or sell, I basically introduce them to Carrie right away, and then she takes it all the way till closing, and I get a referral fee. Right? Did I explain that good?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been working together for several years now, like pretty much when I joined Real. So it's been about 3.5 years. And I focus on lead generation, marketing, and strategy. But a big part of my work has been growing the Hive, which y'all know how obsessed and passionate I am about it. Um, and what it is, for those of you that don't know, it's a network of female real estate agents all over the US who want collaboration, training, and genuine friendships in this business. I also just finished all the branding and the website, and I'm so proud of it. If you go to womenofthehive.com, you can check out and learn more of the Hive and all the things that we're doing. We have an events tab, which is so nice to have because all of our meetups have the address, the day, the time, has all the Zoom links that you would need, and you can add it to your calendar so it can automatically add it to your Google Calendar. So I just love, love that. And then I'm still working on adding everybody, but if you go to the agents tab, it has all the agents on there, which I think is going to be really great for referrals. So, what I've loved most about Real is honestly so many things, but one of them being the flexibility that it offers, being at this virtual brokerage, the people who have helped me feel supported, and how this model has allowed me to build an extra stream of income while still being present with my family. Y'all know I only have help on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm so excited for you all to hear from Tamir today. And then now Alex is going to chat about our One Real community.
Yes. For those of you that have not had a chance to fully plug in, which I feel like most of you that are a part of the Hive, Stevie has made it so easy to get plugged in and making sure to remind us, hey, these are when the events are, sending calendar reminders, sending like having in the Facebook group and stuff like that. But if anyone on this call or is watching is not a part of the Hive, and or maybe the Hive isn't exactly the right fit for you, I really, really highly encourage you to dive into and to get integrated into the One Real community. If you guys haven't already gone to the community and events tab in Reason, there are so many calls that you can hop on. And I feel like every single one that I have joined, I have gotten nuggets from, which is so wild because people pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to have access to a coach or be a part of a mentorship program. So to have that integrated into our brokerage and have this sense of um, collaboration all across the United States from agents that are performing at an extremely high level. It's just really incredible. So I highly, highly, highly recommend to go into Reason, go check it out, see what calls, are available to you. There's constantly new ones popping up. There's reoccurring ones, and then there's ones that are kind of like one-off masterminds. So that's become a habit of mine is like once a week I go in, I see, what is available, what they have new popping up. Um, and then also for those that did, for those that haven't gotten the link to the Further Together events, they recently launched those. So they're happening all across the United States. It's a 1 day event. If you haven't gone to one, highly recommend going. It's open to all brokerages. And usually it starts, mid morning and then goes into the afternoon. And they'll have agents, usually they're real agents, but sometimes they'll have agents from other brokerages come and speak on a topic that they excel out in their business. Then they'll have a panel of agents that they'll ask rapid fire questions and that they'll answer. And at the end, it's really good networking too. So, with us being a virtual brokerage, I know a lot of questions, or a question that a lot of people ask, is, well, how do you get integrated into the community locally? And I feel like that would be a really great way to meet agents, within your area. So, if you haven't already checked out, if there's one happening in your area, definitely go check it out and sign up. They're pretty amazing. And I think that that was like mainly what I wanted to talk about for
Yeah. No,
integrated
that
into
was,
the One Real community.
yeah. And I think some of us, just forget. that we have this training and community masterminds online too. So I think it's a good refresher for people to hear. The other thing that I wanted to mention, because I feel like it's not really spoken a lot at Real, is the mentorship opportunity for new agents, or if you are an experienced agent, to have this additional stream of income. So, what I mean by that is if you are a brand new agent, no matter what state you are in, we can get you tapped in with a mentor in your state. So, this is different from your sponsor because I'm sponsoring agents all over the US, right? But if they're a brand new real estate agent, I don't know their contracts, their timeline of events. I'm not able to give them lender or inspector recommendations, right? So it's really great for a brand new real estate agent to get tapped into one of Real Brokers approved mentors for their state. So if you're watching this, you're a brand new agent, and you want to get tapped in with a mentor in your state, just let us know, or whoever sent you this call, let them know, and they'll get you that resource for that. And I mentioned this for everyone who's already at Real. If you're interested in becoming a mentor for agents in your state, so you could, if you enjoy helping agents with their business and helping them get to contract to close, you can apply to be a mentor, and which I did. So I am a mentor for the state of Florida, and it's a really simple application process. I think you just have to be in the business a little bit, have done some deals, and then you can be listed on the website for agents, for mentors in your state, and have the opportunity to leverage that you're a mentor for that state, which was approved through Real Broker. And then you have this agreement. So it can look different for everybody. So Real has created a blank agreement where you just fill in the terms. And from what I've heard from other mentors, some people write like, okay, on your first transaction, I'm going to take 50% or whatever. But some people write, okay, your first 10 transactions, I'm going to take X. You can make those terms look however you want. You can structure that. And then when that person that you helped get that brand new agent to closing, you can make a percentage from that commission for helping them, which I feel like is an incredible opportunity. If you are also their sponsor, well, then now you get to make an additional 5%, right? So I think this is, I just thought I really wanted to mention that on this call because it's something that I don't hear other people talking about as much. And I feel like it's one of the amazing opportunities with Real, right? Does
Yeah.
anyone have any questions about that? I mean, you can let us know too. Um,
I do actually.
yeah,
What is in that blank form, because I haven't looked
yeah.
at it yet, what are some of the I guess offerings? Like does it go through like exactly what you're offering as a mentor with the percentage that you're going to be negotiating with them?
Yeah. So, you can list like what tasks you are going to help them with. And I think you could cater it differently for each agent. That's at least what I had done was it just depend on that agent and how much help I thought they would need. Some people need more help than others, right? So I would just always was making a custom agreement for each person. It wasn't the same for everybody. And now I partnered with Nisa. She's not on the call, but she's an agent like Tampa area. She got approved to be a Florida mentor. So I've been having agents, she's mentoring them now and handling it. And she's kind of doing like case by case too.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
that.
Like when you get on a call with, a potential mentee, they might mention some things that are really important to them that someone else might not be mentioning or not be as worried about or not need that much help with. It just kind of depends on the person, I think.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I love that Reel has diversified, whether if you want to do like a traditional team or if you're wanting to be more flexible, being a mentor and have a mentee. It's just really cool how they keep implementing these different things that provide a lot of flexibility for the agent and have it be, they're just so agent centric. I love it.
Yeah. And then should we highlight on support a little bit? Do you want to
Sure.
share like for yourself, like how you just switched to Real in June, right?
Yeah.
And how has support been for you?
Yeah. I feel like reason or Haleo has just continued to get more and more and more robust. Like even since I joined, I guess 7 months ago, 8 months ago now. I feel like the questions when I asked the first time versus now, one, they're popping up so much faster, and then two, they're a lot more detailed, which has been really, really neat. And you can tell that they have really been training the Haleo, the broker piece, a lot on the contracts and things like that, which has been really great. And then Oregon recently got a new principal broker, and she is incredible. She was with Berkshire Hathaway for like 30 years, super, super high up. And so she has been very quick to respond, and she's very thoughtful and she's very calm, which I really value for that principal broker position. Because usually once you're going up to a principal broker, it's usually kind of a heavier issue. To have someone that's level-headed and thoughtful has been really, really great. And then I just love to how Reason, everything is very well integrated for transactions in the backend system. Like commissions, I just love how I get, reminders popping up on my phone. Hey, make sure you verify this commission. Or hey, this is where we're at in the transaction. It just helps me as a busy working mom when you're in those like nap time hustles of, okay, I've got 2 hours to bang out as much as I can. So to be able to hop in there and see exactly where everything is, see all the communication that's happening between my TC, me, real, and where the transaction's at has just been so incredibly helpful.
I think I've heard Carrie say that a time or two, like just how efficient everything is.
Mhm.
Carrie, what's your thoughts with like the broker in Florida and support admin questions?
Um, Same thing. I like to call when I'm driving a lot. So it's really helpful to go to the app and then they send you the text so that you can dial right then while you're in the car. And they get you directly to a broker. The only time I've had to leave a message, I got a call back in like 20 minutes after that. But when we talk, the one thing I really like is that it records your call and then it sends you an email with the entire recording. So typically, if I need the right wording to put on a document or into a contract or send to an attorney or something like that, then I can say, okay, I'm going to say, please repeat that. And I'm looking at the time on our call so that then I can tell my transaction coordinator right here in this voicemail is where you need to listen to her wording to put on the amendment that we're sending over. And it's just been incredibly like fast. Also,
Nice.
just the apps are so friendly. I mean, we can open transactions, we can do the commission right on our phone. And it's so great to be able to connect with other real agents across the whole country on here because then when you plug in a referral, they're able to see it too. So it's so nice to see all of that and be able to have just quick payments too. I gotta say, I mean, we're all in this to make a living. And, it's not even 24 hours typically if a wire gets sent to Real that we're paid. So I don't know about you guys, but I love that. I came from uh brokerage that it would take a while to get paid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing to highlight. Like, so in the state of Florida, I think we have more brokers here than in Oregon, but we have, I think, six brokers and like four or five contract specialists, which
yeah.
when I first started 3.5 years ago, there was only one principal broker. So when you called the broker, like you knew you were getting this person, but now it's not that we have to go like line by line to call each person. It calls all of them, right? Or you can message and it will message all of them. So I feel like as Real keeps growing, they have to make sure that the agents are feeling supported. And I know that they have done that in Florida with adding so much of a larger broker team and the contract specialist to help us that it's just nice to have that support. And then I'm not having to call each person, it's calling all of them. So you do all of that. We have everything like in our desktop is also on an app on our phone. And so it's just really easy to like call or message. And it's the same thing with support. Like, let's say you don't have this broker question or a scenario or an emergency, and you just need some guidance, something to do within the real back end of things, there's a support button as well, or you can call. So I honestly feel more supported here than the first brokerage I was at. Question a lot. Like, do you think a brand new agent could be successful at Real? And I believe yes, because one, all the training. Like when I first started, I was relying on the broker to be in the office to like do a training. Whereas now there's 3 to 6 live trainings a day and all these replays to binge. And there's more support here than at that previous brokerage. And like, yet alone the community and all the other agents we have access to. So to me, I'm like, we all know this business is really hard. So I would say more like real estate isn't for everybody, but I do think I do think that if a brand new agent was to join Real, like the resources are here for them to be successful.
Yeah. There was something too that I was just thinking about that I recently started getting integrated in. So whether you're already with Real or if you're thinking of joining Real, there's if you have any affiliation with military veterans, you like serving veterans, make sure to sign up for Real Military because they have a live call that I hopped on. I think that was last week, and it was so good. And they have a referral network of agents that either are affiliated with the military in some way or they're just very knowledgeable about utilizing the VA loan. So if you have if you work with a high population of veterans and you want to have those people that you can send referrals to, that is really, really great. And it is a very easy application. It takes like less than 10 minutes. And it's just a really great resource if you're serving veteran families. And then the other thing that I just signed up for was Real Luxury. So if you like to, or if you're in an area, actually it varies depending. It's cool because they have you plug in your zip code and then they base your like the luxury properties on your specific area, right? So like somewhere in California might be $2 million, whereas here it's like a million, or somewhere else it might be 500,000. They also have a referral network, and they also have a lot of really great tools for your luxury properties to get them in front of more eyes.
I love that. Has everyone, well, I know like Carrie, have you joined Real Luxury? I know Annie has joined Real Military, right? How
No,
how was
not
that?
yet. I need to. Let me write that down.
Add that to your
Yeah, write
list.
it down. It's so good. It's so good. I'm in the training right now, and it's like so valuable.
And did they send you something in the mail? I think
Um,
I think they will.
Yeah, I literally just signed up for it and I'm still in the process of finish. They make you so you sign up and you have to upload, I think it was like 6 or 7 transactions at the luxury price point for your area. So I think ours was like right around a million. So I had to upload the 6 or 7 transactions that I'd done in the last 2 years. And then
Mhm.
I had to fill out an application about me and my business and everything like that. And then once they approved me, I have to finish this training within 30 days to be
Okay.
part of Real Luxury. So it is very thorough. And I feel like it's not one of those like, oh, I just signed up for Real Luxury and I can say that I'm a luxury agent. They vet you, they ask a lot of really good questions. And so I think that that's also really valuable for
Yeah.
listing. And they have a listing presentation, that you can maybe either use or integrate into your current one to just make sure that you're serving those higher end clients really, really well.
I
Yeah.
just signed up for it too. I just started my training too.
Yay! Isn't it
Yay.
so good?
It's so good. The only thing is I wish sometimes you could skip the videos, but they don't let you skip them.
They do not let you skip the videos.
Because
No,
sometimes I'm like, okay, like I get the point. Like skip a little, but nope, no skipping. So you really have
no
to watch everything.
skipping.
But they are
Mm-mm.
good. Like they are very valuable. But I literally just started watching the videos last night. And I was like, oh, I
Oh,
have to
nice.
watch every single video. So I didn't know it was within 30 days.
Yeah. Yep. They will start sending you reminders like
Oh. And they
you've
make you
got two
take
weeks,
like
you've got one week.
okay, and they make you take like little quizzes at the end too. So
Yeah.
it's like legit. That's what I liked about it, is that it's like an actual application. So they're not just like you're not just like labeling yourself an agent. And then I'm excited for like the referral network within the luxury division too. That should be good, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, and I know too that they had at the Rise conference, they had a like a meetup for all they had one for the military and then they also had one for luxury, which was cool.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that too. But yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we get our little boxes soon. I saw them on
Oh yeah, I
Instagram too.
know. Okay, yeah. I was like, I thought they sent something.
They do
Maybe it's like
send
once you
some.
finish your training. They're like, you have to finish your training first
Gotta
before
do
you
the
get your fun
classes.
box.
Maybe, because they do ask for your address. So I'm like, I can't wait for my little box.
Yes.
Yay. And oh wait, I'm not sure if you said this, but do they have something like an op for you guys to like send each other referrals?
They have like a database, which is
Okay.
cool. And they have this tool where you can like, I haven't accessed this tool yet. I think you have to pass the training, but they have this tool where you can like search people's wealth or something. It's
Oh,
very interesting. So you can like look up people, because a lot of stuff is public record. You can look up if they're like registered to like a private jet or something like that. So there's some interesting tools in there.
all right. Y'all finish the class and
Yeah.
report back.
Yes.
Yeah, we could do like a follow-up call
Yeah.
Yeah.
of just like what we learned. That would be
And
fun.
they share some interesting statistics, like for they shared like some tools how to figure out which counties are like moving to our city and stuff like that. So they share some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the referrals would be the best part.
Yeah, that's like the main thing. You do have a fee to join,
Oh,
but
how
I
much
feel
is
like
it?
it's like 1,500 to pay for the class and to get the certification or whatever. But I think if you get at least one referral out of it, that like more than pays for itself.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I would be leveraging it like crazy.
Yeah.
Like maybe
And they
you've
give
already thought
you,
about this, but like you need to do a video that
yeah.
you're a luxury agent.
And they give you tool like marketing stuff, which I don't know, Alex, if you I haven't been able to access any of it until I pass the training, but
Yeah,
okay.
me neither.
Okay. But yeah, there's like a marketing where they tell you like how to announce yourself, and I'm sure it's a template. I'll probably do it my own way, but yeah, they do have templates they provide. They have templates for their presentations, and they're different than the regular real ones, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
From
and
what
then they have some
um,
like print or some like magazines they're members of too. So it gets you access to like a lot of luxury magazines to market your listing. So it's really good to tell your sellers that you're sharing their listing like nationally through these high-end magazines too.
Hi, Tamir.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Stevie, and then we have Alex on here
Hi,
who's
Tamir.
co-hosting the
Thank you
call
so
with
much
me.
for
But
joining us.
Of course,
yes,
thank you for having me, Alex and Stevie. Great to
yes,
be here.
we know you're busy, so we appreciate you taking the time. We just have some questions of just the vision and future of Real and what makes us different, and then we've got a fun little rapid fire thing at the end to do.
Sure, but before we do that, I need to take a picture of this so I can
Let's
post
yes,
and get
let's do
started.
it.
Okay. Oop, hold
Oh, Allison came on camera. Everyone come on camera, okay?
on. Okay, perfect.
Oh, you got it?
Great, great.
Okay.
Okay,
Yay.
so should I spend like 2 minutes just going through the history of the company and why we started it and where I think we're going?
Oh, that's perfect.
So, we started the company back in 2014, which feels like almost forever now. But at the beginning, we just looked at the landscape, and I mean, I felt and my co-founders felt like agents were underserved and paying too much. And we just wanted to create a brokerage that wakes up every morning and thinks about ways to make agents' lives better. This is what we decided to do. This is what I decided to dedicate the rest of my life to. And I was a real estate entrepreneur before that. I used to have a multifamily investment company. So I've been in the real estate space for 22 years now. But I really wanted to create a brokerage that is different. And obviously, in order to start a brokerage or operate a successful brokerage, you have to have so many things in place. It starts with a compelling financial model for the agents. By the way, is my audio coming in okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So great financial model because we want agents to keep more money in their pockets. You have to provide great support, training, community, um, tools slash technology, which I know everybody wants tools, but nobody knows exactly what they need. So you need to sometimes figure out what agents truly need. You need to provide more financial opportunities. Um, Ownership is important as well. I remember a conversation back in 2017 when I came to our board and said, hey, you know what? This company is built by three main groups. One is the employees, the second one is the investors who risk their money and are powering our operations. And the third party, which is the most important, is the agents. But the agents don't own anything in the company. So back in 2017, I came to the board and said, hey, I would like to allocate 10% of the company's equity for agents. And think about that. That's not an easy discussion to have with a board member, with somebody who put in a lot of money in order to buy shares in the company, saying, hey, I'm going to take 10% of your ownership and give it to agents. But everybody were behind it. And I'm proud to say that as of today, agents are the largest shareholder group in the company. Agents own more than 20% of Real. I think that we're getting closer to 30%. And I'm just super proud of that because I think that it creates perfect alignment between what the company wants to do and what the agents want to do and what the agents actually need. So we started with this very simple vision of making agents' lives better. And we went through a lot of ups and downs throughout the years until at some point in 2020, when we had roughly 800 agents, I decided to take the company public and make our share purchase program um, more compelling for agents. And at that point in time, we also decided to change something in our marketing strategy and shift from trying to attract agents through online ads to actually empowering our agents to go and pitch Real to other agents within their communities. Obviously, not create a culture of agent attraction, but put agent attraction as an option for some people. And today, roughly 11% of agents are engaging in agent attraction. So we can put it in other words, 90% of agents at Real focus solely on selling real estate. They don't care about agent attraction. They don't care about revenue share. I know that revenue share as a model has some negative connotation. Um, but we went public in 2020. Almost overnight, we started growing like crazy. And for the past 5.5 years, we've been the fastest growing brokerage in North America. And I know that being or fast growth companies doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. Um, but I think that it's just a testament that what we have built resonates with a lot of agents, and there's excitement. We probably nailed something very well when building the offering, but as a whole, the company, the North Star, never changed here. We never wanted to become the largest. We never wanted to attract agents at all costs. We never wanted to bring in huge teams just in order to be able to say, hey, we got that team. I don't even know who the largest team is at KW or Remax or EXP. I just don't know. I don't focus on that. I don't care. I just care about building value for agents out of the belief that if you create value for people, people will come. So it's our mission to constantly drive more and more value and understand what agents need, and also make sure that we protect agents in an uncertain future, and I'll touch on that. But the theme here is create value, and then if we're successful at delivering value, then the company will continue to grow. And I'm happy that we continue to grow throughout the past couple of years. Um, when I talk about uncertain future, there are a few dynamics that are going on right now in the market. I think that one of them is obviously AI, and that relates to a lot of different industries. The fact that AI can replace a lot of the tasks that we're performing. But I think that as a company, we took upon ourselves to be at the forefront of innovation when it comes to AI and ensure that we deliver the tools that agents need in order to stay relevant, in order to become more productive, in order to be able to cater and serve more clients using AI without the threat of AI eliminating us. So that's number one. The other dynamic is consolidation. And we've seen two massive deals in the past 12 months. One is Rocket acquiring Redfin, which I don't think um, touches us in too many ways. The other one, which might be a little bit more relevant, is the Compass acquisition of Anywhere. And that created a giant. And I can tell you that on that morning when that transaction was announced, I received so many phone calls from CEOs in the industry just panicking, like, what are we going to do? And I was like, if you're not certain in your value, then you have something to be concerned about. But if you know that what you're building is the right thing and this is what agents want, then you'll continue to be okay. But at the same time, I think that Compass might want to take this in different directions, with private listing, with controlling data, and we have to be prepared to a future where maybe MLSs are no longer relevant. Maybe the way um, we are able to access listings is a little bit different. I thought a couple of years ago, I reached out to a few of the CEOs in the industry and I said, all of us are giving our listings to Zillow free of charge. We upload them to the MLSs. The MLSs are giving it to Zillow. Zillow is enjoying the economics. But let's find a model where we unite and we go to Zillow and say, hey, from now on, if you want our data, you have to pay us and we'll pass along that money to the agents because the agents are the ones that are generating this data. You're not thinking about your businesses in terms of creating data, but somebody else is taking that data, showing it to consumers, and then making billions. And I think that it's just fair that agents are a part of that financial ecosystem. Unfortunately, nobody wanted to cooperate with me on that, but I'm not giving up. I think that there might be an opportunity for us in the future to either be a part of consolidation and then control a lot of the data and simply be able to monetize the data and pass along that money to you because you deserve that. Um, so there are a lot of big themes happening in the industry right now, but above everything else is the market. And the market has been extremely challenging for 3 years now. I've been in real estate again for 22 years. I don't remember such a prolonged period of trough in the marketplace. And at the same time, having experience, it's not necessarily always positive, but it does teach you that bad times don't last forever. Same as good times, by the way. In 2021, we constantly said that something bad is going to happen because good times don't last forever. And bad times do not last forever. The question is, how is this recovery going to look like? It's probably not going to be a hockey stick. It's not going to be within a year going back to a normalized market of 5.1 million homes sold. It's probably going to be a little bit longer. It's going to take 3, 4 years. But if you're still in the market after everything that happened, you should A, be proud of yourself. B, also know that the worst is behind us. And we're seeing that. I just read a report about the mortgage industry, and there are signs that the market is starting to move in the right direction just because of the fact that affordability is at the kind of the best place it has been in recent years. Consumers are feeling less and less pressure. I think that people understand the economy is stable, the job market is somewhat stable, rates are coming down, affordability is improving. Um, so all of those indicators are pointing in the right direction. We just need to make sure that we continue to focus on what matters, and what matters is our clients. Creating those relationships, nurturing those relationships, making sure that we don't give up. As entrepreneurs, we don't have the luxury of giving up. And I know that a lot of people gave up, and it's sad. But if you're in the game, you always have a chance of winning. And I've been fortunate enough to go through those hurdles in building Real, where we almost shut down the company twice, but we managed to hold on, and here we are, fifth largest brokerage in the country right now. So I'll pause here. I know that I talked a lot.
That's okay.
No, we love it. That was
Yeah.
so amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any questions or anything you want me to
Oh
dive
no,
deeper
no,
into.
yeah, we do. Alex can start us off.
Sure.
Okay. So what kind of agent do you feel like thrives at Real?
That's an excellent question because we always ask ourselves, and we're also being asked, who's the avatar? Like, who is the agent that really is targeting? And I would say that anyone who wants to succeed in real estate, and it doesn't matter if you're doing 2 transactions a year and you want to go to four, or you're doing 40 and you want to go to 80. This is a platform for entrepreneurial agents who believe, who look at their business as a small business and understand that it's your business. It's You're not building somebody else's brand. You're not building somebody else's business. This is an opportunity for you to monetize your business in multiple ways with the freedom and flexibility of being an entrepreneur. So I would say the perfect agent or the avatar is someone who's motivated, who wants to focus on succeeding in real estate, and needs a platform to make that happen.
Yeah. I feel like you've mentioned a couple of times just about the agent, the agent, the agent. What do you feel like has driven you to be so agent centric?
I tend to be somewhat of a sentimental person, or I don't know, very sensitive. And I remember back in 2014 when I was talking to agents and asking them what are they missing. I thought that what we're basically doing is we're making the American dream come true for families. And very often we forget that, and people forget that because people are so entangled in talking about how much money we do in commissions and sometimes poor service, but people forget, or people don't have visibility into what agents go through on a daily basis, serving clients and making deals happen and closing all the loops and dealing with all of the fires that pop up in a transaction. So I think that when I looked at it, I said, agents are misunderstood, they're not represented well, and they deserve better. So it's all about the agents because the fact that people buy homes and in those homes they raise families and they make dreams come true, this is solely due to the effort of one person who was there, who was holding their hands, who knew exactly what they were doing, who could understand what this family was looking for and match them with the perfect home. So I'm looking at the emotional side of the transaction, and I think that it's all about the agents, and somebody needs to be there in order to build something very, very valuable for agents. And I decided that that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's amazing. You don't really hear that a lot from leadership. I feel like in the real estate industry, it's very much like, we're the brokerage, we're the ones, you work for us, and it's like, no, actually, we're 1099, and we are small business owners, and I love that you guys have really encouraged that mind shift of this is your brand, this is your business. We're here to support you and to push and encourage us to grow in that and be challenged in that. I just see that so much being here at Real and the agents, and hearing you talk about it is pretty special. So thanks for sharing that.
Thank you. Sure.
So, what about the future? If we were to look ahead 3 to 5 years, what do you see for real? Like, what does success look like then?
Um, I believe we managed to create an offering and a flywheel that will continue to attract more and more agents. If you look at the past 3 years, we were able to gain anywhere between 5 to 10,000 agents on an annual basis, and I think that we will continue to attract agents if we continue to deliver on our promises and the understanding of what agents need. So, one, continued growth. Two, we're trying to push ancillary services much harder because brokerage is a low margin business, and we want all of us to succeed. We want agents to make money out of ancillary services as well in a RESPA compliant way. So succeeding in pushing ancillary services, I think that AI will play a huge role, and this year will be monumental in the tools that we're going to put in your hands. And I think that those tools that are based on AI will just create an unfair advantage for each and every one of you. We're now running multiple pilots with a few teams at Real. I'll just give you a sneak peek. We taught Leo, our AI assistant, to nurture leads for for our teams. So it doesn't matter if those are old leads that are in your CRM database or those are new campaigns that you're running. You don't need to answer the phone. You don't need to answer emails coming from that campaign. Leo is going to do that for you. It's going to do that using your style, your voice, if it's a voice conversation, and that's going to save you a huge amount of time. And then there are some other things that Leo can do. But I think that if we're looking 3 to 5 years ahead, our AI capabilities are going to be an integral part of your day. So it will become your partner, your friend, your um, your assistant in many ways, and it's just going to make your life easier and help you become much more productive.
And that's the AIRM, right? That you guys announced
It's,
at Rise.
yeah, the AIRM is a part of it. So
Okay.
it's like an equivalent to a CRM with a massive brain. So instead of the CRM just storing data or contacts and once in a while, send a happy birthday when that person has a birthday, the ARM will know exactly when to interact with somebody, how to interact with that person without getting instructions from you. So you wouldn't have to operate it. It will operate using its own brain.
Nice.
Oh,
And will that
that's
be something that is in additional cost, or is that going to be integrated into like Reason?
It's going to be integrated into Reason. I don't think that there will be a cost, at least not at the beginning. I think that at some point we might kind of assess what the cost is for us because, by the way, AI costs money. Like when you're talking to an AI, it doesn't matter if it's ChatGPT or Claude or any other LLM, it costs money. So we're gonna cover that cost at the beginning, and at some point maybe we'll ask you to share the costs. But we're not looking to make money out of that. We're just looking to create a competitive advantage for you.
Very cool. Stevie,
which
what other questions do you have?
I just thought of this like other side question because I don't really know like what other brokerages what they offer. So like with us having Leo and the AI, which I literally use every day in my business, no other brokerages offer this, right? Like, do
Not
they
that
have
I
AI in their platform?
It gets a little bit technical here. So first of all, I can tell you that I spend 0% of my time looking at
Yeah,
what
okay.
others are doing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Every now
Yeah.
and then I read like a press release or a headline.
Mm-hmm.
But AI is a very broad term. In order for AI to be extremely intelligent and extremely useful, you need to feed it with a lot of data and allow it to have access to pretty much everything that you're doing. The fact that our AI is a part of Reason and Reason is a proprietary software stack that we built allows us to build a very powerful AI tool. All of the other brokerages, they just don't have Reason. They don't have their internal AI tech stack or software stack. So their AI is limited. It's limited to what's out there on the internet. It doesn't have visibility into your transactions, all of support questions, everybody else's transaction. It's a different game.
Mm-hmm. That answers my question. In your words, what are the top three things that truly make Real different?
Number one, culture, for sure. I would say opportunity is number two, just the amount of opportunities here. And I think that this company, I don't know how many of you had a chance to attend Rise, um,
Yeah, a lot of
but
us actually.
and maybe it's adjacent to culture, but this
Hmm.
company has a heart, and it has a special heart, and you only feel it when you gather a group of real agents in a room and you feel the energy. So something here is different. I don't know how to point my finger or how to call it in words, but you just feel it when you're there.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, what other questions do we have?
Um, for someone that's on the fence about making a move to real, what would you want them to understand about real?
Well, first of all, I would like them to understand that there are many great brokerages out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never say anything negative about any other brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
So Real might not be the greatest fit for you. So first of all, do your homework, look at all of the available options. I think that what's important is to understand where you want to take your career and your future, and then which platform is the best for you to build that vision on. So it's important to understand everything about Really. It's important to understand the economics, the model, how much you will be paying. It's important to understand the trainings and everything that we offer. It's important to understand the community and who else is around you. It's important to understand who are the people that are going to be a part of your network. But it's also I would advise everyone to make a broker choice with their eyes wide open, because a lot of people, a lot of brokers will promise you the moon, and at the end of the day, it's on you to execute and build. And people can help you, but it's on you. So remember that.
Yeah, I feel like real isn't for everybody. And like that's okay. And when I have conversations with agents, I feel like I'm just sharing what resources we have and like they make the decision at the end of the day, what they think fits for them.
Yeah, yeah. I personally, I never pitch Real. I never
Yeah.
tell people, hey, this is the greatest place. You have to come here. All of those things. I just
Yeah.
tell them about the company. If it
Yeah.
resonates with them, great. Because at the end of the day, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
We partner with you and you partner with us.
Yeah.
So we need to have an understanding of who the partners are and what each side is bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Amy
Sometimes I
had a good
actually get on Zoom calls with agents and they are like waiting for me to pitch them or give them some script or speech. And I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't have anything planned. I'm like, I don't have a presentation. Like I just like get to know them and try to learn more about them and their business and to try to figure out does Real have things that could be helpful for them? And I'll share those things with them.
Amy had a good question. She said, if you were a real estate agent today, what would you stop doing immediately and what would you double down on?
I would stop worrying, Amy, to be honest. Um, I think that there's a lot of noise out there, and there are a
Mhm.
lot of people trying to pull you in different directions. And sometimes you might feel like you're not doing the right thing because somebody else is doing the right thing and somebody else is succeeding right now. It doesn't mean that that thing is good for you.
Mhm.
So I would stop. I would stop questioning whether I'm doing the right thing or kind of having doubts. I will ignore noise, and that happens in our business as well because on a daily basis, I'm getting calls and messages from agents saying, "Hey, have you seen what they did, or have you seen what they launched?" I don't care. Like I only listen to our agents and what they need. That's it. I don't care
Mhm.
what others are doing, and I would advise all of you to do the same. What I would double down on is, I mean, that's kind of a cliche, but at the end of the day, you have to continuously create a pipeline.
Yeah,
And you
me.
never know where the next transaction is going to come from. You never know who's going to transact and when. You never know what changes happen in people's lives. So you just need to be that go-to person and just make sure that they have you top of mind always when it comes to real estate. That's kind of the basic of the basic, but it works.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I like that. Can you share with us what Real Wallet is for those that don't know?
Sure. So Real Wallet basically is a fintech product. It's almost replacing your um, or allowing agents to bank with Real. It has three main components. One is checking accounts, like you have in Bank of America or Wells Fargo. You can open a checking account at Real on the Real wallet. It helps you get paid a little bit faster as well. So checking account is one thing. The second component is debit cards. You can use a debit card, swipe it, and every time you swipe it, you earn points. If you leave money in your wallet, you also earn points. Those points can be redeemed and offset some brokerage fees. So it's just a great way for you to um, make money or offset fees with just doing the same things you do with your bank. The third component is line of credit, which are available in Canada and in 20 states in the US, and we're adding more and more states. Um, and at the end of the day, because we have so much visibility into our agent businesses, we can look at your business, at your past transactions, pending transactions, revenue share, equity in the company, and say, okay, we understand that that person has that amount of assets on our platform. Those assets are not liquid because your future transactions are not liquid, your past transactions are not liquid, but they give us an understanding of what your future production is going to look like. So why don't we create a line of credit that you can pull from in order to sometimes either help you with marketing or mitigate the kind of the volatility in income that agents experience. It's just a line of credit for agents to use. So that's the third component. And we also have tax accounts just because all of us don't set money aside to pay taxes. And when tax season arrives, all of a sudden we get stressed. So you have the ability to set aside 10, 20, whatever percent of your income into a dedicated tax account, and that money waits there for you to pay the IRS. So that's essentially what the wallet is.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're just gonna do something fun real quick, which just
Sure.
10 make this a little end on a light note. Um, just 10 rapid fire questions if you're up for it.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Okay, we're gonna start off with, do you like coffee or tea?
I never drink coffee, and I only drink tea when I'm sick. So,
Oh,
so
that's
I would
good.
say tea, but mainly water.
Yeah, okay, got it. Morning person or a night owl?
Both. I'm more productive in the morning.
Okay. What's one non-negotiable in your daily routine?
Sport.
Sports. Oh, like playing sports or
Like exercise,
oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
running or cycling,
Okay, got it.
biking. So,
Okay, cool. Beach or the mountains?
oh, beach for sure, 100%.
If you weren't in real estate, what would you be doing?
A fisherman.
Oh, I love that. Like or like deep water fishing or like
Yeah,
rivers
like
or
spear
lakes
fishing, which
or
I do every now and
Wow.
then, but I want to do
nice.
more.
Love
Yeah,
that. Okay. What's a place that you go to recharge?
the beach.
I'm the same. I love the beach. What is one book that changed your life?
I think it's called Together. It's a book about relationships. Um, I read it when I was 20, no, 30, no, a little bit before 30, through a very complicated period of my life, and it helped me focus on what's really important. And what's really important is your family and your friends and those relationships because those are the one who will be there always.
Hmm.
I love that. This, I guess, kind of like feeds into that. But if you could sit down with 20-year-old Tamir, what's one thing that you would tell him?
Um, I would tell him at some point in my life, I think I was 30, I decided to eliminate the word fear
Mm.
from my vocabulary. Fear does not exist for me. I'm not afraid of anything. So I wish I could tell my 20-year-old just to eliminate fear a little bit earlier.
Love that. What's one thing most people don't know about you?
Oh,
These are tough
I
questions.
know, I'm
it's
sorry.
it's a tough question because I don't know what people actually know about me. I um, I think that I'm just much more simple than some people would think. I'm just a simple guy.
Yeah, that's valid. I love that. And then what's something you're currently excited about?
Um, Something that we're doing with AI, that is, I've been interacting with it for the past 3 days, and I'm just mind blown. So it's just like texting with a friend. It's on that level with a friend who is super smart about real estate and has access to all the listings in the country and all of the real estate knowledge. But it's just mind blowing to. I'm actually experiencing developing a relationship, not a romantic relationship, but some sort of a relationship with a machine, which is like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, those were all of our 10 rapid fire questions.
I
Thanks,
love it.
Tamir.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for hopping on. We really appreciate it so much.
I appreciate it, you having me, and I'm wishing all of us a successful 2026.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank
We'll wrap up the
you.
call.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tamir.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great day.
much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Yay.
much.
Y'all have a great rest of your day.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thanks. Bye.